So when does the stuff? Okay, so about 20 minutes ago is when the event popped up in LinkedIn. So I'm going to go in there, check it out. Hey everyone, we
Go
are
check it out. Good morning,
we are
folks.
live.
Welcome to
Says the
welcome to
event
the
will start soon.
pre-show.
That might be the delay that we're waiting on, that we're working on.
Probably takes
So
a
it's
minute or
still
two.
showing start soon. And there we go. I got the little button that is known for pushing play. Like, how'd that come? Where did that come from? Like, where's the why all of a sudden we're like, ooh, I know that if I push that button, play will start
What
working.
do you mean?
Well, so the triangle that's pointed one
Yeah,
direction.
who invented the navigational icons? Someone needs to ask Grok or somebody who invented
Well,
the
but
navigational icons for the traditional video machine.
go back. Like, do you remember your VHS
Well, yeah, okay,
your,
but I think it goes back even further
or your
than
Walkman?
that.
Your Walkman. Like, if you had a Walkman, did you have a
Anything that
Walkman when
played,
you were
well, I'm
growing
trying
up,
to
or a
think of the
knockoff
tech
Walkman?
that forced it, right? So anything that was on a quote unquote tape. So when like, let's go back to 1-inch reels, like on a reel
Yeah.
to reel, did it have the icons back then even? I think it did. I think some of those machines did.
All right, let's go. We're gonna ask Grok. Hey, Grok.
So
Um,
it's got to go back further than that, because sadly I do remember running a 1-inch reel to reel
did you
machine. Only briefly. It was
just
in
said the
the
play icon comes from? It originated in the early to mid 1960s on physical reel-to-reel tape recorders and early cassette players. Why a triangle? It wasn't arbitrary. On those old machines, magnetic tape, there you go, physically moved from left to right. So you had to make
yeah.
sure it was going from one place
Oh,
to another.
going from one side to this side. Yeah, it
Quick,
makes perfect sense. Yeah.
an arrow. Yeah, there you go. So arrow from right pointing triangle was designed as a simple arrow indicating the direction of tape movement during playback. It visually said, go forward, start playing in this direction. Early tape decks pre 1960s often had just labeled text buttons like play. Around 1961, 1964, manufacturers, notably Philips, Grundig, and others, started replacing words with these universal geometric symbols so the controls could be understood internationally without language barriers. The
Yeah.
triangle, look at that. We crossed, we 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 went, we localized for folks. The triangle, so the triangle for play became the standard cassette players, then spread to VCR, CD players, and eventually digital interfaces. These symbols became a dominant design, so intuitive and widespread that they stayed almost unchanged for 60 plus years, even as underlying technology, tapes, CDs, streaming, completely changed. They were later formalized in international standards like ISO IEC 18035. The pause symbol, two vertical bars, came in around the same time, reportedly influenced by a combination of the stop square and the musical caesura, a pause mark in sheet music.
Oh, yeah.
Fast forward, rewind, double triangles indicate faster in that direction. In short, the play icon is a practical arrow that started on 1960s tape machines to show which way the tape was rolling. And it just stuck because it works perfectly. Thank you, Grok.
If it's not broken, don't fix it.
I'm telling you, man, there may be a version of this where we just go do this kind of stuff.
There's
Um,
got to be. There's just got to be.
for, for the one person who's on there right now listening, or at least what I can see in my feed, there you go. Now you know. We'll do the best Paul Harvey, and
See,
now
like
you know
when we
the
say, hey,
rest
listen,
of the story.
yeah, we give you the news and things you can discuss at the water cooler today. That we also give you nuggets of historic facts that you can also go, hey, did you know?
Did you know that is going to be an icebreaker in somebody's L&D presentation on video performance? I'm telling you, it is. It's going to be like, did you know? That's going to get everybody like, where did it come
Oh,
from?
dude, I'm doing it. I'm doing it Thursday. I'm doing the flashback webinar and
There you go.
trying my best to roll through 50 years of tech influence on L&D, and all of a sudden I'm itching to put it into it, but I'm still trying to figure out how to pull out enough stuff so that I don't go longer than 1 hour. But it's a thing.
It is a thing. The it's that balance. I tell you, the thing when I look back at what happened with that opening keynote at MOPSA, and I think of the good, the good, the bad, the ugly. The thing that frustrates me most when I go back and rewatch the tape of it is, even though my presence was there, I went too fast, and I know I went too fast because I missed all the stories that I wanted to weave in. And so next time I'm going to have triggers that'll say, look, hey, big dummy, read the, share the story. There's just going to be a trigger in there. And the other part is, it is better to go fast than go slow. Because you don't want to keep people away from the happy hour and drinks and all the other kind of stuff, or dinners that people are going to. And then the third one for me is nobody freaking knows. So as long as you keep track of your timing, you hit on the main points that you want to, the story arc, and you present with energy, people will leave with some kind of knowledge or energy transfer that happens.
Yeah.
What are so just give us a quick preview. Give us a quick preview. What are 1 to maybe 3 stepping stones that'll be covered in this thing on Thursday to kind of draw some more people into it?
Well, let's see. So we're going to be talking about basically breaking down the entire 50 years. So I did have it broken down into decades, and it got to be too many variables. So we went with what were the most influencing factors. And so the first era was basically the necessity for compliance, the legal demand. Right. And the legal case that started that, and basically why corporate training exists today. So that's sort of the era, just as things started to get digital. And then we go into the content era, and then we go into the modern era. It's a little bit oversimplified, but I had to try to figure out a way to sort the entirety of technology in corporate training, learning, and development, in an hour. Just cram it all in. So breaking it down into those three big chunks, I think, helps tell the story a little bit, which will be fun. There's a lot of elements within each that I think will be fun flashbacks for folks. And valuable for salespeople, for people looking to invest in the L&D industry because it's growing like crazy, $500 billion industry. And, folks that are just brand new to the industry trying to figure out why in the hell are LMSs the way they are.
And when is it again?
Thursday. We go Thursday live. I'll be posting some more marketing stuff on my LinkedIn page, folks. You could just follow me there, or go to the eLearning Brothers. They're the ones that are sponsoring it and hosting it for me, so they can all join me there.
We had 2 people that we've added to our Slack instance here in the last week. Thanks for joining up. You, just as a reminder, you can join the Slack channel by heading to livewithbrentandmike.com. And there you'll see some of the overview of what we're talking about in a given day. So the work that happens in between these sessions, people sharing what they're doing in the context of AI and emerging and enablement technology. We'll just keep the conversation going together and learn together. As sometimes the hardest part is taking the first step, and then after you take about 10 steps, it's hard to take another step if you feel like you're stuck on one of those steps. And that's where the group will come together. And we do this every Monday through Thursday morning at 9 o'clock Eastern. We continue the conversation at live with Brent and Mike.com inside the Slack channel. And you'll see comments pop up periodically in the live session. And those are coming from folks that are engaged on the YouTube channel. And if you missed it, I think Craig might have missed it. I'm not sure if he was here. Good morning, Craig. We talked about the background of the play button, and you are not going to want to miss that one. Go back, rewind, be kind, rewind, go back, start over, listen to it again, and you too can know the background on why that triangle is pointed in a specific direction.
You too. Well, all right. I think we got some good news happening.
I think the rewind, Craig just got her. I hope not. Craig.
Here. Here, I'll go ahead and post just that.
All right, good. Congratulations. It is kind of cool when you think about visual design, how they nested those two triangles on top of each other to fast forward or reverse. Like, again, like it gets back into the design of everyday things.
Yep.
You know, instead of a note card, when you want to see the video, make sure you push the play button.
Yeah.
Maybe what happens if I just push this little triangle thing? Here we go.
Well, considering the fact that the triangle, they never thought of it as quote unquote play. It was, hey, move the tape from the left to the right. Don't move it from the right to the left. That's what it meant, really.
Roll the tape.
That's right. That's what it originally meant. Hey, speaking of rolling the tape, let me go ahead and roll our fun tape for the day. Do you have your script ready, sir?
Craig, you know what happens when you assume? All right.
You'll have it ready by the time the intro stops playing, right?
I will have it ready. And you can see these scripts live on inside the Slack channel.
And you can also learn about how we build how our executive producer works. Good morning, executive producer. I know you're listening in, so I appreciate your hard work for us.
I don't.
Because he makes you read. Hey, here we go.
It's time for today's headlines.
Just as I'm asking if you've got the script ready, I don't have my script ready. Good morning, learning and development world. It's Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. I'm Brent.
And I'm Mike, currently trying to get this AI to write a 3-word summary of my life. It keeps coming back with needs more coffee. It actually would come back with simple, clear execution.
It's disturbingly accurate. Speaking of accuracy, or the lack thereof, our top story today is the AI productivity paradox. New data from the Gallup and ADP just dropped, and it's a wake-up call for every CLO who thought just give them ChatGPT, in quotes, was a strategy.
Today's breaking news.
The Gallup survey of over 23,000 employees shows that while AI adoption is skyrocketing, 18% of workers now fear their jobs will be gone in 5 years. But here's the kicker from ADP. Daily AI users are 4 times more likely to say they are less productive than they could be.
Wait, so we gave them God mode of software and they're doing less? Is it because they're spending 4 hours a day making the AI write sea turtle shanties about quarterly earnings?
Actually, Mike, it's about task completion moments. ADP's Chief Talent Officer, Jay Caldwell, says we've automated the small wins, leaving employees with only the big, heavy, soul crushing cognitive loads.
Why it matters. This is our moment. If workers feel less productive because the easy stuff is gone, we have to train for high value output. We're not teaching how to use the tool anymore. We are teaching how to manage the mental fatigue of only doing the hard stuff. It's time for a resilience and complexity curriculum, people.
Huh. That's weird. All right.
What is it?
It's time for technology and innovation.
Executive producer threw me off calling it breaking tech news. I thought we had to do the breaking news theme all over again, but no, it's tech news. Next up, some breaking tech news from the nation's capital that sounds dry but is actually terrifying. Workday Government just released a report. 80% of federal finance leaders say legacy tech is a national security risk.
Brent, I saw this. Federal teams are losing 1/3 of their work hours just cleaning up data. That's like hiring a master chef and making them. That's the last time. Master chef and making them spend 4 hours a day picking stems off parsley with tweezers.
Now, since this is tech news and not L&D news, let's talk about how it relates to us. Mike, give me a hilarious L&D spin on federal finance risk.
Oh, this one's easy. The federal government's tech stack is so old that their onboarding training is likely just a 1984 VHS tape of a guy named Gary explaining how not to spill tab on the mainframe. The mission risk isn't hackers. It's a Gen Z intern trying to find the save icon on a physical floppy disk and accidentally launching a satellite.
Yes, but why does this matter to L&D, everyone? When tech is this broken, L&D becomes the bridge to modernization. You can't launch a new Workday AI platform if your workforce is still mentally living in the Windows 95 era. We are the de-Garyfiers of the federal government.
And now for our human and culture segment.
Do we have a new image?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Moving to the human culture beat, let's get weird, if we haven't already been weird yet. Stanford researchers have figured out how to make a mouse brain transparent, like literally clear as glass.
Oh, please tell me we aren't going to start making employees' heads transparent. My boss already reads my mind, and she doesn't like what she sees.
Nope, not yet. But this big ideas in neuroscience grant is focusing on how the brain responds to stress and illness in real time.
Okay, so why does this matter to L&D? If we can see exactly which neurons fire when a learner is stressed, we can finally prove that death by PowerPoint causes actual physical trauma. We are moving toward biofeedback learning. Imagine an LMS that pauses the video because it senses your amygdala is screaming for a nap.
And now, a random industry with an L&D problem. Solving the L&D problem.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's not pharma today. We have not been bought off. Let's go to industry specific. Today we're talking about the finance and M&A, mergers and acquisitions world, and they are panicking over AI due diligence.
Yeah, firms are realizing that when you buy a company now, you're not just buying their IP, you're buying their AI liability. Did their LLM hallucinate a contract? Did their efficiency bot steal data?
Crazy, why does this matter to L&D? If you work in finance or insurance L&D, your compliance training just got a massive upgrade. You're now teaching algorithmic integrity. You need to train your deal makers to spot dirty data before they sign a billion-dollar check.
And now for the news in authoring tools.
And finally, our authoring tools update. The word of the day is, wait for it, ingredients.
Wait, I love my content library. It's where I go to feel productive without actually doing anything.
Well, 2026 is the year the library dies. Degreed and Colossian are reporting a shift where AI remixes your content. Instead of a course, you have ingredients. The AI takes a snippet of a video, a paragraph from a PDF, a quiz from Articulate, and builds a custom meal for the learner in real time.
Wow. So why does this matter to L&D? Instructional designers are no longer chefs making one set menu. We are grocery store managers. That's a good new one.
Awesome.
We have to ensure every ingredient we put in the system is high quality, tagged correctly, and doesn't have E. coli, aka misinformation. If your content isn't remixable, ooh, I can talk about that. It's obsolete. I don't have any more music.
All right. Well, there we go. There's the read. Let's get into it. What jumped out at you?
Well, yeah, we don't have to say goodbye for the day. So, man, lots of good stories today. Since I just have to give a shout out to Craig and let him know he missed the big story about Adobe. We were wishing you were here yesterday, Craig, to help us talk about Adobe. And there's no Adobe story today, so there's that. But so if we scroll back up to our number one story. What were we talking about? The Gallup survey, about 23,000 employees. Adoption is skyrocketing, but workers now fear their jobs will be gone in 5 years. Workers say they're 4 times more likely to say they are less productive. We give them God mode and they're doing less.
I call bullshit on this.
I don't understand where
Like
they're getting it.
I don't. Yeah, I do not know anybody who has done something work related with one of these tools that feels like they are now less productive.
Okay, but to push back on you a little bit about there's the tax, right? We've had a bunch of stories about the AI tax or whatever that we're paying, where everybody is saying that they're spending more time, but evaluating and making sure that the AI has done and said all of the correct things.
So I've been thinking about this, and part of it's because I've had this. I have a number of different. As much as I focus on goal setting and execution, and I'm really good at getting things done, there are a number of things that I've allowed to just kind of persist or sit out there for a while. One of them is getting below 10% body fat again. I've let that just kind of sit out there for a while, not because I don't know how to do it, not because physically I can't do it, but because I've just kind of gone through and have prioritized other things. Another one is writing the book. So that's the context here. So I've got a couple of different books that I've got to work through, and I don't get a lot of joy. I don't enjoy sitting down and writing. I don't just like banging away on a keyboard around stuff. It's kind of like running. There are some people who talk about the runner's high. I have no idea what the hell they're talking about. I have never
You haven't run long enough.
Dude, I'm telling you, I ran a half marathon in the PF Chang. I was one and done in my half marathon. If I can't get to the runner's high in that half marathon, then I have no. Then I don't believe it. It's not for me, right? Like that's not the thing. It doesn't give me energy, and this is where the energy versus impact 2x2 that I've put out into the market can be really helpful for people when it comes to decision making. But again, back to this piece around the content side. one of the ways to get past writing is just record your thoughts. Speak into the dictaphone, or whatever the thing was way back when. You just record, and have it transcribed. Well, one of the challenges with that is you spend so much time going in and editing the words that you put on paper. Same problem, just at a much faster rate, in a different context. So it's not that whole editing piece is becoming more or less important, or a heavier load or not a heavier load, or is only driven by AI. It's that you made certain trade-offs. You're trading off the speed of iteration by putting it in front of a tool like this for a period of time, and you're getting things done faster, but now you're having to spend more time working through and reworking on certain things. You'll still get to the end a lot faster because of this enablement technology. It just is going to feel like, ooh, now I'm not doing the things that I thought were fun. And for me, writing is not the fun part. Editing is not really the fun part, and that's why you go through and pay people to edit. I mean, there are a number of people that will edit content for you, and they get paid by the word. Now, let's say you go create a bunch of AI slop, and it creates 10,000 words of something that you could have done in 2,500 words, and you ask someone to edit it down. What happens when they come back and edit it down to 2,000 words, and now you've paid for 10,000 words of editing? I guess I think it's a bunch of
hooey.
Yeah, I was going to use a different word. It's more like, but we're bitching and moaning because we just like to bitch and moan, and we want people to feel sympathetic for our bitching and moaningness. And ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Thank you, Craig, for the reminder. Yeah. So our tech story that was snuck in.
Like, I mean, what do you think? Like, so Brent, have you ever tried to use voice to text?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Has it gotten better over the years?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, the microphones are better. The capability is better. It's a lot different than when you tried to do voice to text or voice input on your laptop 5 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. So again, like, we're just moving things around. And so anyway, quit your bitching, do the work.
Just do the thing. If you're going to be writing, it is AI is the best editor you can have because it's practically free. And I know everybody will debate me on that, but it can't be that.
So, I mean, like, so, all right. So, editor, it depends on the story that you're trying. So Craig's point, he said he doesn't think the microphones are better. The good ones are just cheaper. Where I was going with it, Craig, was more like the microphone on your phone. Like being able to do that on your phone is better today than if I tried to do that with a trio.
Yeah, the actual transcription part of it. Yeah.
Well, but no, the input. So the microphone's going to pick it up better on the phone itself. And then the tech, the transcription is going to be a little bit better. It evolves, but think about. I lost my train of thought. That's probably a good thing. Let's move on.
So 1/3 of federal teams' work hours is just cleaning up data. It's like hiring a master chef and making them spend 4 hours a day picking stems off parsley with tweezers.
That's exactly what I think of when I think of government work.
It's picking parsley off of.
No, that the master chefs are going in and doing the government work.
Well, yeah,
I guess that was mean.
You said it with tongue firmly planted in cheek. I did think it was hilarious though that the script, us obviously not reviewing the script until live. Remember, everybody, this is a cold read. We don't preview the stories of the day other than me making the images and seeing what the titles are. We don't go through and read the script until I hit that let's go to the news and we start reading it. It's a cold read. But so we talked about that play button and the icon, and for whatever reason, we got on that and got curious about it. And then this story talks about the 1984 VHS tape and a guy named Gary and the save icon on a physical floppy disk accidentally launching a satellite. So it kind of cracked me up. There's a whole vibe thing going on,
The laser disc picture from last week was good.
Yes, that definitely was. Going into the Wayback Machine, our time machine, and reading stories that may have been read back in another year is a fun segment that I think we'll do every Thursday. I can't get AI to come up with enough fun historic news lines to do that.
It's trying though, because it went back to 1984 here.
Yeah.
It's also an interesting year to pick.
Yeah, it's because the more we do things, it uses the memory of having all of these scripts in its memory, and it does flash back to them. It takes cues. I can notice them just after for as long as we've done it, and running these scripts and testing it and rewriting the instructions and all of that. You could tell it's we're straining its brain. What about this brain thing, the transparent learner? What do you think about biofeedback learning? Is that a version of learning? What's Craig's favorite thing? Learning styles.
Learning styles? What's Craig's favorite learning style?
I sensed his eyes rolling as soon as we got to we are moving toward biofeedback learning. You don't have to worry about styles anymore because the LMS will just read your brain and know exactly what style you're needing right now.
I thought biofeedback learning was like bio break.
Yeah, giving everybody a potty break. Well, it's in Stanford neuroscience big ideas. So
Craig's favorite learning style: shut up and hit next.
That's where that story is. People can go there and read more about death by PowerPoint. Anytime they talk about the amygdala, I'm always all in.
So I do like the lean into, as much as we're having fun with it, and I mean it came up in the theme today, like the chef and the ingredients and how that stuff kind of comes together. I do think that there are some it's an interesting way to help people rethink how they do stuff. And like there's what's your favorite dish that Linda makes?
Ooh, I love the baked tacos. I don't know why that just came to me, but
baked tacos. Okay, so baked tacos. What's Matthew's favorite dish?
Anything that's edible.
Anything
with high protein.
Yeah. So, I've gotten into, and this was from going to a couple of different restaurants. I'm not a big mac and cheese person, but I can make some kick-ass mac and cheese now, like really good mac and cheese.
There are food trucks that are all based on just different versions of mac and cheese. Have you seen those?
So if I tell you exactly how I make my mac and cheese, somebody, probably Craig, is going to be like, dude, you do not use that kind of cheese in there. Like, you don't want that. Like, for me, my mac and cheese isn't going to have any flour. There's no flour. It's cream. It's Dubliner cheese. A couple of other things, but it's thick. But some people say, I don't like it. I want it to have, it's got to have Tillamook cheddar in it, right? And the beauty of it is we're still talking about mac and cheese. Like, the objective is getting mac and cheese out onto the table, or pizza. Like, pizza's pizza, but you can throw all kinds of toppings on it. Like, there are some heathens out there who put pineapple on their pizza. Like, I do not understand what in the hell goes through someone's head where, like, you know what? What'll level this pizza up is throwing a little bit of pineapple on it. But it's up to them. Huh?
It works.
It works for them. It works for them. Like pineapple and ham. It works for them. It's not even ham. It's like Canadian bacon, which is just kind of looks like ham and doesn't look like bacon, but for whatever reason, it's, whatever it is. But like, so you've got all of these different ingredients. Now we've got the ability for people to not just have to eat the mac and cheese you make, or the pizza that one pizza that you like. You can get a couple of different ones on there, and you can create some flexibility, and you can actually accelerate speed to impact, which is ultimately what we're doing here in this profession, in this industry. So bring your ingredients.
Yeah. So it's like we're still, everything we do is about content. And I know people complain about that. But it's a different type of content. It's to map it to this story. It's all of the ingredients, that it's just content, and we don't, the content has to be there first before AI can work its magic on it and give you what you need, or, think through your request, take all the ingredients and put together the solution that it's going to put together for you, that's unique for you and everything that it knows about you. But somebody has to first create all of those ingredients and create that content. And I think that's where our jobs are shifting to, is being the ones that maybe we don't create the new piece of content, which is what we do now, is that we make better original pieces of content that the AI can consume and understand better, and understand the context. And I'm not exactly 100% sure what that looks like, and how, how businesses start to realize that we are an outstanding segment of the work population to do that work. But that's just where my mind goes at with all of the AI stuff that I've done so far. That's what it feels like is a good fit for what happens next when AI is the chef and it's just reaching for ingredients. Somebody has to put all the ingredients in the right place, in the right format that it can read, in order for it to build the output that the end user learns from and deals with. So it's nice that the executive producer is recognizing it. And the only reason why he's recognizing it is because there's people out there writing about it, and there's content out there that it is consumed, right? And so if you extrapolate the way we produce this show into what we do as learning professionals, it's going to be the exact same thing. I think. Could be wrong. I'm always happy to be proven wrong.
Yeah, well, and I mean, think about, what are some of the biggest challenges? What are some of the biggest challenges learning and development professionals historically have run into when it comes to doing their job? Just lay out a couple of them.
Well, it's trying to create one piece of content that works for everybody.
Yep.
Because scaling up, I mean, that's really the biggest one. Not boring them, meeting compliance, uh, accuracy and updates. Every time something changes and you have to change the training, that's always been a challenge. And there have been tools created specifically just to help with that challenge. So, I mean, yeah.
How many times do you struggle getting in the room with the subject matter expert?
Yeah, there's that too. How do you get all of that content? It's not just content. Some of the content is actually just trapped inside of a subject matter expert's brain, which is part of our analysis process, which is why we have to go interview them and blah, blah, blah. But if those subject matter experts are constantly having their work or their output or the things that they're learning and creating and doing digitally saved somewhere and the AI can access it, there you go. There's your analysis.
And how many times do subject matter experts skip steps?
Yeah, all the time, because they know what the steps to skip are. It's the curse of knowledge, and trying to teach somebody else how you know what you know is practically impossible.
So how many times have you seen pieces of technology come up and be like, all you need to do is get this thing in the hands of people and then have them record themselves in the flow of work so that people can go in and see the stuff that they do, right? Like you make it accessible.
Are you making fun of me?
You make it easy. You reduce the level of, you reduce the friction that exists out there to capture the information, right? And one of the reasons why it's hard to get subject matter experts to spend time talking about the work that they're doing is they'd rather do the work. And one of the hard things about sitting there and observing subject matter experts doing the work is it's hard. It's hard to, it's hard. Sometimes the work that they're doing is done in places where it's hard to get to. Other times they don't want to be observed. They don't want to have somebody looking over their shoulders. And then other times they change the way that they do something because they're being observed, like those kind of things. And then there are some people out there who are in this mode of, hey, if I let everybody know my secrets, they're going to replace me. And then they don't need me anymore.
And that's not a new problem because of AI, by the way. We've battled that for decades. Everybody has their own IP that they want to protect.
Everybody does, right? Well, and they think it's theirs. Like they think it's, and in some cases it is theirs. Like they figured something out. They did something that was new and innovative and whatnot.
But you also signed that contract that says anything new and innovative that you've come up with while you're on the clock working for us is ours, not yours.
Right. And that's the challenge of, kind of making the decision. Do I go work for somebody or do I build my own thing? Right. Mm-hmm. Like it's and there's risks in building your own thing because it's hard to fund it. And there's risks in going and working for somebody because you give up control, but they're all trades. Like you're just making a trade and you're deciding which trade do I want to make? Do I want to make the trade of buying the newest tech and spending some money and reducing the amount of extra work it's going to take to clean certain things up? We were talking about it a little bit earlier with microphones. Do I buy a really good microphone to help with the input piece so I don't have to do a lot of cleanup? Or do I spend the extra time doing the cleanup because I can't afford the really good tech right now? Yeah. And those are choices that we all make. Like we get to make choices. And as Rush said, even if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. So we do have a comment. Robert, thanks for the comment in here. The productivity paradox isn't about doing less. Tools got better, but so did the bar for done. We're not shipping more. We're shipping different stuff faster while drowning in what's next. Output stayed flat. Expectations exploded. Robert, thanks for the comment on LinkedIn. If you want the comments to show up inside the live stream, check us out on YouTube. That's where you're seeing the live feed
Like this.
in here. Brent, anything on that comment that Robert shares? And again, the productivity paradox isn't about doing less. Tools got better, but so did the bar for done. So tools got better and the bar got better. We're not shipping more. We're shipping different stuff faster while drowning in what's next. Output stayed flat. Expectations exploded. Any thoughts on that?
I'm scrolling on over to it right now, hoping that it's muted. Yes,
I've now read it twice.
I know you did, but I'm not.
You're not an auditory learner. You're more of a visual learner.
I gotta see it. I have to see it. And the funny thing is that I'm not seeing comments.
Yeah, I don't know. That it's in your. We've only got one version of the stream. It's in yours.
Yeah, I know. And I'm looking right at the stream. I'm seeing the delay and everything.
Play, probably.
It's just not showing me. Oh wait, maybe it's because I was looking at the comments of the repost. I have to go to the original thing. Okay, here we are. Hi, Robert. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, good to see you there. Okay. Productivity paradox isn't about doing less. Tools got better, and so did the bar for done. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's just spot on. I don't know what more I can add to it. I still think when we call bullshit on the fact that people are feeling like overworked or they're whatever the statement was in the government segment, it's the stuff that used to take. Let's just for randomly, I'm going to pick a bunch of timelines. If it stuff that used to take you a whole week to get done now takes you an hour with AI. If you have to spend another 4 hours evaluating the responses that you got back from AI, and you're going to bitch about that 4 hours without remembering that without AI, it would have taken you a whole week. Now it's only taking you 5 hours total, then you're missing the bigger picture as to how much time got saved, and you basically task shifted from doing one type of work and to doing a different type of work, getting the same final outcome, but it's still in an extremely more compressed amount of time, which then means you can get more work done, to Robert's point, and you start doing more and different things that you just never had the time to do before.
I think the real issue, and this is where I sound like a get off my lawn jerk, and I should go pick up the ukulele and strum it before saying it. But I think the real issue is there are a lot of people who like to look busy and like to have a perception out there that they're working really hard and that they're busy and that they're doing a lot. And now what we're saying is you can actually do so much more if you really want to do more. Like, not scroll on Instagram, 20% of your day or whatever, or scroll on TikTok or go doom whatever. Like, there's now you're at a point where those who really are comfortable working, who have strong work ethic, who can maintain a level of focus, are going to significantly increase their output as a result of this. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they've got to spend more time doing it. Like, both things can be true. You can spend less time being more effective and delivering better results because now you've got tools that you can use to create leverage. The challenge is, do you have the skill?
Yeah, and and this is super common in L&D. We consistently struggle with our thinking of you either have to do this or that instead of yes and.
Right.
It's like yeah, that old thing can still be used for certain things. It's still useful, aka ILT. How many people have been to an instructor-led training course lately? Yeah, everybody. Who thought it was going to be dead when tech first came out? Yeah, everybody. It's still here. So everything is yes and not this or that. And I'm starting to feel like Dr. Seuss, but
Well,
hey, let's.
and sometimes you fall into the this or that mode because of your own bias, right?
Yep.
We have these preferences. Social media shaming. Ooh, Craig got social media shamed. How'd we do that?
No.
You see that?
Oh, yeah.
What'd I miss?
Now, I don't know, but Craig, did you feel abused by my LinkedIn post that everybody had a heart attack about?
I think I mean I really this is why I've gone so deep into the leadership stuff over the course of the past couple of years. I think the way we move forward is through building functional leadership skills. And it's funny, a number of people who for whatever reason haven't kind of picked up on some of those things in the way that I present it because they just don't like the way I communicate or something else or something going on. They're coming along now and highlighting how important certain skills are, like future skills specifically around things like problem solving, decision making, goal setting and execution, communication, design. These are the skills that are going to help you perform in this future that we really don't know what it's going to look like. Like we don't, that's the beauty of it. It's the future. It's still in front of us. We've got an opportunity to build in front of us. So, all right, cutting room floor time.
Here we go. Sorry, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't find my picture. Because I thought it was a good one. But anyways, I'll kick us off. 10 stories left on the cutting room floor. Number 1, SEC disclosure rules for AI governance. New mandates for how companies report AI-driven decision-making risk.
The rise of skill frameworks over taxonomies. Hey. Why 2026 is the year we stop cataloging and start mapping.
Number 3, NanoMaster's AI soft skills launch. A new player in AI-driven role-play simulations.
Micro implants for vision restoration, Stanford's breakthrough in human-computer interface that could lead to direct-to-brain job aids.
Oh, that sounds fun. Number 5, public sector AI adoption surges, nearing private sector levels but lacking managerial support.
The 5 Generations HR Challenge. ADP reports on widening gap in AI native versus AI immigrant workers. That is absolutely flipping hilarious. ADP reports on the widening gap between AI native and AI immigrant workers.
I've heard the term before, but yeah.
Have you?
Interesting. Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. Number 7, Adobe Captivate version 12.x updates. New focus on VR 360 and accessibility standards for 2026.
Speak Up Culture, training surge, the legal protections for whistleblowers driving compliance content demand.
Number 9, VR volcano thermodynamics, Columbia Southern University's case study on immersive learning for high-risk physical assessments.
And fraud prevention in the AI of deep fakes, new L&D modules required for first-line managers to detect AI-generated fraud.
You know, there's some good stories in there, I must say. Maybe these will show up next time.
Which one jumped out at you?
A couple of them did, I think. Let's see. The Roll AI, the new company that launched, Nanomasters, whatever that is. That's looked interesting. The microchip implants, the direct-to-brain job aids.
I just think of Matrix and Kung Fu, or learning how to fly a freaking helicopter. Either one of those.
Yeah, I think, well, VR and 360 and Adobe Captivate, focusing on that. I can't imagine that that's going to be real. Maybe it's, hey, you can now import, a 3D image, or one of those images where they sit the camera in the middle and you can rotate around, but that's it. You can
those 360s, yeah.
Yeah, you can spin the 360 image, and they're going to call that VR. Maybe now they allow that to be uploaded. I don't know. But when I see VR, I'm all in on the fully immersive VR experience. Not necessarily with the headset, but just the space that you define on the screen. You should have a Z-axis. You should be able to move your viewpoint or move yourself in that space along a Z-axis as well as the XY. But that's just me. And the volcano thermodynamics case study, that would be interesting to read about too. Fraud in the age of deepfakes is a huge topic right now, especially in the cybersecurity space. So lots of hot topics, but we seem to be running out of time. Folks, join us in the Slack group. Mike, how can they do that?
Head to livewithbrentmike.com. Just hit the subscribe button there. Give us your email address, and we will send out the invitation to join us in Slack. We had 2 new people join us this week, or at least 2 new people got invitations. We'll see if they end up inside that community and communicating back and forth around kind of what you're doing with emerging and enablement technology, both in your workplace and at home, and for yourself as you're going through it. Because the beauty of all of this is the barriers are continuing to, or the lines are continuing to blur around how these tools are being used to enable and empower us to do better in all 3 aspects of life.
Indeed. And we will be back tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. We don't do Fridays, but we're here Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern time. And since Craig wasn't here yesterday, he didn't get to hear the classic Going Out song. And now Mike has to roll his eyes. Come on, you know you want to hear it.
The morning tide is rolling in, so let the joyful noise begin. Raise a glass to Brent and Mike. They're the anchors that we like. For the daily brief, the LND, here's to learning and camaraderie. Here's to learning and camaraderie.
Hey. It really should be the intro, but,
Maybe.
It's not metal, but I still think it's catchy. And I do love the camaraderie. All right, Mike, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.
Adios, everyone.